What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here. Tottenham 1, Watford 0 in a hard-fought victory, I would say. I would say it was a hard-fought victory. I thought that the opening exchanges of the game, Watford really did come out the blocks firing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not firing, but they came out with intent. I think Ismaila Sarr was giving Reguilon problems, but I think probably around 20 minutes into the game, we gained control of that game. And I was nervy towards the last few minutes, but that was just because it was a 1-0 lead. It was a slender lead. But I think that for the majority of that game, we were fairly comfortable, weren't we?
I think it was pretty comfortable second half, if I'm being honest. I mean, there were a few hairy moments, but generally, even in those last 10 minutes, I couldn't see them scoring. They did look a little bit toothless up front as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
There was a few crosses that came in that were pinballed around a little bit, which you thought, your heart's in your mouth. But generally, I think we were, over the 90 minutes, we were the better team. I think you're right. I think the first 15 minutes, they had control of the game, the control of the ball. Then we started to gain a little bit more control. Second half, I think, when Moura came on, it did add a little bit of a different dimension. We were a little bit more aggressive. We started to be a little bit more of a nuisance to them in their half. But overall, I'd say, it was a hard-fought win, 1-0. It was a scrappy goal. It was a cross that went all the way in.
Yeah.
But we needed that. It was just before half-time. Because things were a little bit static as well. When that first half, there wasn't much movement. You could see the midfielders were getting the ball, and there was no one there making any kind of moves for them. So we kind of needed a little bit of luck, and we got it. Second half, there was a little bit more freedom. There's a little bit more movement. There was a lot more opportunities to sort of get in behind them. With Moura coming, I thought kind of helped that a little bit as well. And I thought in the end it was hard-fought win, but we'll take it, won't we?
Yeah, definitely take it. I mean, we were both in pretty much agreement that Pierre-Emile Højbjerg was probably our best man on the pitch today. Midfield general, putting himself about, forward passes, trying to look to make stuff happen as well, and also very solid in the middle of the park there. So you got to be happy with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg's performance. I thought there wasn't really any other standout performances I felt on the pitch.
No, there weren't. I can't think of any other standout performances.
I mean,
if I'm being
Skip
honest.
played well, Bergwijn played well.
I mean, I don't really remember Dyer putting a foot wrong, but it's not one of those where you'd say he had a great game. It's just one of those where he just dealt with everything that he
was
had
hardly
to.
tested, wasn't he?
He was hardly tested. Yeah, they didn't really test us enough.
I mean, I would say that Davinson Sanchez had a few nervy moments early on, but he grew into the game, and I thought he had a good game. Sanchez, I thought Tanganga was good today. And Reguilon as well. He got given a tough time by Ismaila Sarr, but he stood up to the challenge, and I thought he grew into the game as well. So I don't think you can complain too much. But what I want to ask you, John, is that 2 games now, Man City game aside, let's talk about the Wolves game and the Watford game, right? Penalty against Watford to make it 1-0. A free kick that goes all the way in from a crossing position.
Yeah.
Are we riding our luck a bit?
Are we riding our luck? I think the first game against City, I think we were brilliant, especially second half in that game. That was one of the best performances I've seen. So I don't think that was luck involved in that. I thought that was a brilliant display. I thought Wolves, look, away at Wolves, that's always going to be a tough game. We had to soak up a lot of pressure, weather a lot of storms, I like to say. So we needed a little chance from that. Dele Alli winning the penalty there. And I think today, I had the feeling it was going to be 1-0, and I thought it would be tight. I just had that intuition, and it was quite a tight game, like a kind of a bitty game, wasn't it? I mean, I guess so. I mean, we didn't have many clear-cut chances, did we? If you think about it, I can't think of many others.
No, I mean, we had more probably away at Wolves than we did today.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's strange, isn't it? We had 3 games. I'd say the complexion of each one of those games has been completely different, hasn't it?
It has.
The first game was like
the
end-to-end game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Very entertaining. The second game with Wolves was like we were having to sit back and soak up a lot of pressure. It was like a Mourinho-style game.
But we
today,
did well on the counter in that game.
Yeah, and today it was like I would say we kind of ended up edging the control of the game, but it looked as though we were kind of having to thread through the eye of the needle, and it was a very kind of slow, static game. So we've seen 3 games and 3 completely different performances, haven't we?
Definitely. But you can't really complain. You can't complain.
No, definitely not. No
3-1-0 wins in a row. Top of the league.
It's great.
The form side in the Premier League right now, and Arsenal.
I can't believe it's brilliant,
at the
isn't
bottom of the league with 0 points.
You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it.
Really
the table doesn't lie. The cream rises to the top.
I mean, maybe the table does lie after 3 games. We'll have to see. Let's hope this is still the case in 10 games time. You know what I mean? But look, that is our instant match reaction. Tottenham go top of the league. Tottenham 1, Watford 0. I'm just going to say it again. Arsenal are bottom of the league with 0 points and 0 0 goals scored. You can see the smile beaming from my face. But it is the international break now, and
good time to have an international break.
Yeah, I mean, going into the international break, top of the league, 0 points dropped. You can't complain at all. So everyone, put your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.